Okay, it's Andy Graham, Tim K., one of my attorney readers, viewers, wants to ask, what is the University of Kara like? He has some really excellent questions, and he's posed some things like he wants me to go into a library and explain a library. I mean, there's one in the, I couldn't get into the library in the university because, I don't know. What's the University of Kara like in Togo, West Africa? It's a very big campus. It's just on the edge of the city. It's very dry. It's full of, they didn't cut down all the trees, so it's a little nicer thing. It's got a big entranceway. It's got a guard at the entrance, and it's kind of a fashion show. Probably the same as Indiana University, where I went to. All the young people are a fashion show. So you get some of the most beautiful girls dressed up in the biggest, they cut the mesh or the dress, and you get everybody dressed up to go to school. I sit in on we have this thing called the English Corner, and the guy wanted me to come and sit and talk English, right? And I admit that at least 50% of the people that came to class showed up almost a half hour late. They seem to have no discipline whatsoever. It was really disappointing because it felt more like we're talking about what we're doing is learning. Sometimes a person has a crossing thought that they're working. They thought about work, therefore it's work. Well, I'm thinking about learning, therefore I'm learning. You're not learning unless you have an examination and you're finished. What will I say is, it's kind of like children teaching children. Africa arrives late, the teachers arrive late, the professors arrive late. Nobody says what they're going to do and does what they say. So people are poor for a reason. They don't work. Okay. People are not trusted for a reason. They say what they're going to do and they don't do it. Learning. Okay, now 60% of the people that are at University of Kara are not getting a degree so that they can start a business or work as an architect or something. They want to go work as a missionary or an ONG. So all they need to do is have that degree, and they can prove they got the degree, then they can get a job working for an ONG, drive around in a big car, and they'll never use their sociology degree. My friend Romaric gets a sociology degree. I go, what the hell? And he don't know diddle about sociology. Okay, they just get the degree the same as Americans. But what does a degree do? A degree shows a higher level of accomplishment. So I don't really care about a person's degree. I do care that they finish something. So if a person has a degree, they finish something. So we do have people in Africa. But the overeducation of Africa is causing a huge problem because they're not educated at jobs that create jobs. They're educated, becoming an accountant in Africa, they don't need accountants. They need mechanics and engineers and all these trades. They need vocational schools. They need people that create enterprises. They need entrepreneurs. They don't need finance people. They don't need all these things that everybody goes to university for. So it's relatively humorous. And I don't believe in education as an answer to all problems. I believe that education street smarts is much more valuable to me. And street smarts with an education is powerful. Having an education doesn't tell me you can do the job. But what's the University of Kara? All the professors show up late. I don't know what to say. It's Africa. Everybody in Africa shows up late. And they wonder why they don't have any money. They showed up late. Nobody can trust them. You enter into a contract with a person that's going to be late. You don't do it. So until they get this idea that the chefs, the chiefs, the professors, the leaders have to show up on time, see what they do is they think they won't even enforce it on their students. Everybody shows up late. I met this one guy. I was supposed to meet him. I show up on time, and he doesn't even show up that day. You know, how do you trust this thing? I just gave up on the place. But what's really nice is it's got a bunch of people that are trying to be more than things, and that is good. Will they eventually come to grips with it? I don't know. I don't think as long as the university's educating people to work for an ONG that they'll ever dig their way out of this depression. I mean, Africa is like, you know, from the 1960s after the decolonization, it's just flat. No business, no growth, no whatever. It's in just a flat economy. Nothing's really. They're really like, it's like they're waiting for us to come back. And I tell them, hey, the whites are never coming back. Colonization is never going to come back to tell you what to do. It's on your own. And I want to tell you, Nelson Mandela had one of the most dangerous countries on the planet. And all he was, you know, the place is not better. It's dangerous. This colonization thing, it's going to take another 50 years before they finally stand up, enter the plate, and say, we're no longer poor, we're smart. And they play the poverty card, and everybody at the university plays the poverty card with me. I'm tired of listening to it. Africa's not poor. And what's the university? I mean, show up for class on time, guys. You can't show up on class on time. I'm not going to enter into a business contract with you.
Tonight, let's flip off